Hi! Welcome to DIY Fashion More with Sophia. Today we are going to make this. This is a super cute bracelet that can be worn and made in several different ways. You can make this with materials of your choice and your liking, and therefore adapting it to your fashion and your style. It's great on you, and of course it makes a perfect gift. So let's get started. These are the materials you are going to need to make this bracelet. First of all, you will need material. Your material can be, of course, any color that you prefer or any design, whatever, just material that you like. But make sure that your material is thin so that it is easy to work with. Then you will need polyester balls. I bought these balls at a dollar store, but I'm sure you can buy them at any craft store. Then you will need some thread. Make sure that your thread complements the material. Since my material is extremely thin, it will blend in very easily. And of course you need a needle. Then you will need scissors to cut out your measurements, and of course a measuring tape or any measuring source to make sure that you get the right size. So let's get started. Alright, your measurements are going to be, the width is going to be 10 centimeters, which is 4 inches, and the length has to be 76 centimeters or 30 inches if that's the measurement you're working with. Alright, so you'll simply mark down 10 centimeters here, and then mark down your 76 centimeters, and you'll simply cut. Now, it's okay if you get bigger, wider, just make sure you don't get smaller because it's hard to work with. Impossible to work with, actually. So, I already cut out my material, and I'm all ready to start. So, the way you start is you make a knot at the top. Now, you see the cut edges here are not very nice, so you would want to fold those in, and then fold it back one more time, and make a nice, clean knot with no ugly little edges there. Alright, so you want to leave a little bit hanging out at the top, because at the end you're going to sew it together. Then you will fold in the edges again, just to evict all the rough cut edges, and you will place one of your polyester balls in it. Then you'll proceed to fold over the material, all the while keeping the cut edges inside, and then you will twist like this. You will twist, and then you will take the end of your material and fold it down like this, and you will make a knot. Now remember, you want to make sure you keep those edges folded, because it's really not nice to have all those little fluffs there. So, you have your first ball. Then you will simply take another ball, fold it in, get the edges over, wrap that up. Make sure that you keep it in because you don't want white showing. That is not very pretty. You will fold that in. You will fold your material again, and then you will make your knots. Make sure the knots are close to the ball and that they are not too large. You don't want your knots to be larger than your ball. Alright, so we have 2 balls already, and you will simply continue doing it with every ball until you have reached and completed all 8 of them. So we'll get back when we're done. Alright, so we have reached the 8th ball. I will place it in as usual, and I will roll that up. But this time, I won't make a knot because I will be sewing this to this knot, and if I would make a knot, that would look rather unusual with 2 knots there. So, I have threaded my needle. I double threaded it so that it would make it even more stronger. And then what I will do is here where I have twisted, I will insert the needle, and I will sew that closed. Just like that. You don't have to overdo the stitching because you're going to sew it to the knot anyway. Alright, so I think that's about good. You just want to keep that twist there. That's just the point of this sewing. Alright, so cut off some of it. Make sure you don't cut off too much. That's about right. Then I will join the two ends together. Here also I'm going to cut off a little bit. Alright, not too much. Always easier if you have too much and not too little. Alright, so we will first simply sew our twisted end to our knot. Sometimes it gets a little stuck there. So you want to sew that in there, nice and firm, all around. Like that. Again, you don't have to sew it too many times. So it's pretty firm. You're ready to start on these ends here. What you do is you want to roll, you want to do it one at a time. You want to roll it in. Because this material is very thin, which is really good, it's very easy to bunch it all up. And then you want to take your thread, your needle of course, and you want to sew that in so that you don't have all those ugly flaps sticking out there. So you've done one of them. Then you come to the next one, and maybe I'll cut a little bit more there. Come to the next one, and you roll that into, like so. Take your needle, and sew that in. Oops. It comes a little unbunched. Don't worry, just use your fingernails or whatever and stick it back in. Last bit out there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make little folds here and there because I really don't want those extra little sticking out there because that'll like fall out and stuff and it really messes up the whole look. You can even sew them in. Alright, so you look around, there's another little flap here. So you want to come around and sew that in as well. Alright, I think we're pretty much done here. Just checking. Here I have a little white left. This is what it should look like. It should look like just another knot, like with the other ones. Alright, then, to finish it off, you want to come in, bring that up, and I like to make a knot. And make a second one just for safety's sake. Then you want to cut that really close so as not to have a little piece of string sticking out there. Alright, I think we're pretty much done. So, you have a bracelet ready to wear or ready to give away as a gift. Using the same technique that you used to make the bracelet, you can make a matching necklace. Just of course, you make the material wider and longer and use slightly larger balls. But there you have it, matching necklace.